Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Slow Customs, and today's customs will be on Natalie, Quincy, and a plow. First we're going to go on to Quincy. Now Quincy is based off of the LNER Y1 class. It's a tiny engine, it's a vertical boiler steam engine, so it's kind of like Glen. Anyway, there were only like 24 produced ever, and they were just kind of fun little small things, and I saw that and I wanted to make one myself. So here's Quincy, otherwise known as my child because this is my new favorite custom. He's just so small and adorable and all that. Anyway, so yeah, let's get into him. So Quincy is 100% scratch built. I actually built him on stream, I think like 2-3 days ago, and it didn't take me too long to paint him. Anyway, we'll start with the front like I usually do. Don't mind the blue, I'm working on my updated mallard, if you saw my community post. Anyway, the front of Quincy is painted black with red lining because I had seen a picture of a Y1 model online and I really liked the black and red lining, so I decided to go with that, as you can see here. Anyway, he has two windows on the front, one on either side, with a headlamp in the middle. Now, normally the Y1s wouldn't have a headlamp in the middle, but I just felt like adding it because he kind of needed some more detail. So that's just like an electrical lamp. And it works because in my headcanon, he's a shunter at Wickman's. Or he's like the parts delivery diesel or whatever for Wickman's, which is my substitute for the Steamworks. So anyway, the face for Quincy is a repainted troublesome truck face. It's actually the face of Mike I did a while back. I just took his face off and used it for Quincy because I really wasn't using Mike anymore, and I mean, I don't really need a brake van OC, so I kind of scrapped Mike as a character. But anyway, he lives on through Quincy. Anyway, all I had to really do is repaint his face because it was originally a darker gray. You might still be able to see some of it. Maybe on the edges, but yeah, I painted it in my standard face gray like I usually do with all my engines, and just kind of stuck it on there, and I think it really fits him. I actually had some help deciding what kind of face on stream, so if you want to know who decided and helped me decide, go watch the stream. It's in my playlist. Sorry, I had something on the phone. Anyway, the buffer beam for Quincy is just a small popsicle stick, just cut in half and painted red with some buffer detail. I originally wasn't going to add it. I also added one to the back, but I wasn't going to add it just because I didn't really like I wanted to put it on the main body, but if I had just left it, you would have been able to see this gap back here a lot easier. You can probably see it if I put it up against something later. Yeah, you can see the hot glue right in there. So the buffer beams kind of cover it up. And now that I really look at it and I took the magnets off, it really looks nice. Anyway, the side, pretty simple. All I had to do was just cut out a piece to give it the shape of the Y1. Really simple. I did both of the sides at the same time, so they're a little uneven, but it works for my needs. He's got a window up front, pretty much near where his funnel is, and then he's got a door towards the back of it. I could have given it a little more detail, but that's the best I could do for a door on a black surface. So yeah, it continues with the red lining, and then he has his LNER lettering on the side. I debated whether adding it or not, but I figured I might as well just to give it a little more color besides just the black, red, and gray. So there's a bit of yellow in there, which is really nice. So yeah. The wheels for Quincy actually came off the first version of this tender. These wheels used to be used for Natalie's tender. But I just switched them around because I needed small wheels for Quincy and not large ones. Anyway, the back for Quincy is pretty simple. It's just a skinny or a thin piece of Pepsi box that was cut out and then stretched over, or not stretched, but wrapped over the curve of the two seams, and then folded over the box portion here. I don't know. I'm trying to describe this, and it's kind of hard. Anyway, it gives it a nice curve, which is unintended, but really nice. So yeah. This part here, I believe, is the water cap for him, because it was a steam engine and it needed water, so these two sides of, the sides of the bunker would be used for coal, while the center would be used for water. So that's actually a Take and Play Winston Sir Topham hat that I just cut off the figure and stuck on with a bit of masking tape around it to hide the hot glue to give it some structure. Pretty simple. All this is painted with black. I thought about adding coal detail, but sorry, the camera is really bugging out here. Okay, focus. No. Maybe if I get Quincy more in shot. There we go. I think I was trying to focus in on my hand. Well, maybe on Natalie. Anyway. Yeah, it's doing it again. Maybe if I just block Natalie. There we go. Okay. So yeah. He's got two windows in the back. Pretty simple. The roof is at a slight curve, and I think this is one of my better slight curves that I've done. It hangs over a little bit, like the original Y one, so that's nice. The funnel for him is a 1x1 round Lego piece, pretty simple, and a cut-up popsicle stick to represent what I believe is the vent on the top of him. So yeah. I also added his wheels. His magnets are a bit lower as well to account for the buffer beam, but I don't know, it looks nice. No name, haven't added that yet, but yeah. That will be Quincy. One of my favorites, actually it is my favorite custom that I've done, and this is now going to be considered my child, so stay away. Anyway, on to Natalie. Not too much to say about Natalie, other than she's obviously looks really strange, but it's supposed to be a O2O locomotive. Something mere concept, but I decided to make it a reality because I had a spare Thomas Wood Emily that I didn't know what to do with, so I turned it into an O2O locomotive, like I kind of wanted to. The NCB on her side is supposed to stand for National Coal Board. If you don't know what that is, it's just like I think it's like the head of distribution of coal, I guess. I don't know. But they had a bunch of engines for railways, because, I mean, railways used a lot of coal, so. The livery for her is pretty simple. It's just black and yellow. I actually pulled that off of a tank engine, National Coal Board engine, so yeah, that's fun. I had to give her funnel back because I used the original funnel for City of Turo, so yeah. I also cut her boiler in half, trying to get the face off because I wanted the face for something. Maybe I was just trying to scavenge her for parts. But I decided just to glue it back on, so that's why there's a crack there. The tender, like I said, has big, thick wheels, kind of ugly, but the tender is a 2002 Edward tender, just one that I had it laying around because the wheels were used for novelty. So yeah. Simple lining with yellow. It's also got lining on the back with the yellow buffer beam, like front has a yellow buffer beam, so that's nice. Big wheel, pretty simple. Cab, window, door. I just kind of made this because I was bored. I don't think I'll use it in anything. Maybe I'll use it as a background engine for my special because I plan to have a bunch of unique engines there. So there's another hint for you guys. I think I've already said it, but I don't remember. Anyway, it's just kind of a stupid little little engine. I might turn her into a scrap engine. I really don't know, just because I don't really like her too much, but yeah, I'm kind of stuck with her. Yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it on Natalie. Just so you know, she's a bitch. She's a stuck-up prick bitch thing. No one likes her. Takes her job way too seriously, too. Anyway, she might appear also. So I'll move Quincy back. But here is a plow. Pretty simple. It's supposed to be a plow for Terrence that he uses in the field. I actually didn't know that this was a thing. I only figured it out because I had seen on Thomas Wooden Railway Models Twitter that he had made a Wooden Railway scale Terrence plow thing, and it looked really similar to this one that I made after I saw it. I just thought it was kind of cool, and I had spare wheels from dismantling my Thomas Wood Birdie, which is dead. The face has been scavenged, the wheels have been taken. There's pretty much nothing left of that Birdie. Anyway, so I used 3 of the 4 wheels, like Thomas Wooden Railway Models had done, and I pretty much just kind of copied his. It looked really good, and I kind of wanted one for myself, so I made this one. Only major difference is his metal plow pieces were paper, and mine are just wood with a little bit of gray on the bottom to represent metal. Really simple. It doesn't roll, it just kind of sits there and looks good, but yeah. I don't know what this is. I think it's supposed to be kind of like a lever or something. I don't know. But yeah, pretty simple. It's to scale with Terrence. So if I put it on behind him, it'll couple up to his magnet, and then he can just like pull it around and whatnot. So really simple plow, but I kind of like it. It's definitely better than Natalie, that's for sure. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I do have another SlowCustoms planned once I get my upgraded Mallard done. I already retitled the old video of him to Old Mallard. It's just because I want to keep it up there for content. Anyway, I think that'll do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.